Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Man Green is Gaming. As I, the Man Green. Man Green is Gaming on YouTube and Man Green Gaming on Facebook. We're continuing on with FFXIV Stormblood. Story-wise, we found Gotetsu and Yoetsu, and brought them back here to the Doma Enclave. This is basically going to be Lord Hien's kingdom, because the castle was flooded, so they're trying to rebuild. And they're trying to decide what to do with Yoetsu when the Empire shows up. And it happens to be the ambassador. It happens to be Yoetsu's brother, of all things. Crazy talk, I know. I want to negotiate peace, of all things. But their terms of peace, they must never participate in the region of Doma, including the beast tribes, must never participate in summoning of a primal. The Red Kojin summoned the primal by accident last time when they had the holy relics. They did it out of desperation. So Hien and Alpha Node are discussing the pros and cons, basically, of agreeing to this, while letting the ambassador and his men stay here in the Doma Enclave, and Alice and I are just wandering around. But also, there was a sub-quest where we brought some of the Doman workers from Revan's Toll back to Doma Enclave to help rebuild. So this is a side quest where you can actually help rebuild the Doma Enclave by donating money or your old gear that you don't need. And it actually rebuilds the Doma Enclave. It's pretty cool. Cosio has a proposition for you. It takes an enclave. Kazarak, come may be pleased. I hope you might be paying us a visit. It is, as an ever, an honor. Yes, I know. Fantastic. Once again, I thank you for helping our brothers and sisters secure passage back home. The one you seen before was the beginning of that side quest. It was a fairly lengthy side quest. I didn't report it all. But basically, you get them to... Not really, like, they're ready to go back home. They just have certain things to do to get packed up to go back home, so they're on their way home now, basically. So many skills crafting soon to be at our disposal. We are, Shinzuki, ready to proceed the next stage of our plan to rebuild the Enclave. Which brings me to a rather delicate matter. Perhaps you'll find this shameless, but circumstances being what they are, I see no other way. The reconstruction and revitalization of the Enclave cannot hope to succeed without contributions of wealthy individuals such as yourself. I understand if you wish to refuse outright, but I beg you, please listen to our proposal in full before you decide. Okay, for the sake of the development of the people, I would gladly lend a hand. It's no bother, really. Let's hear it. What's in it for me? Let's do that one. It warms my heart to hear you say that. Truly, Doma has no greater friend. Where to begin? Of course, it's important to understand the state of the Enclave at present. I'm sure you recall how everything was when you first arrived. Rubble in streets, buildings in ruin, and so forth. While we have made some superficial progress since the castle fell and Doma was liberated, the scars of the occupation is far from healed. Since antiquity, the kingdom of Doma has prospered from the gifts of one river. The success of our agriculture and industrial is integrated tied to our position here. Alas, our struggle against the Garleans over the decades, much of which was built over centuries, was lost. Fertile farms with one yield of produce for export were despoiled, and what little remained could barely feed our people. Our foreign rulers did not hesitate to impose their will on local industry as well. Not only are we forced to purchase goods from the imperial concerns, regardless of quality or cost, but our merchants were also forced to sell their wares to Garleans at a loss, assuming they received compensation at all. While those dark days are behind us, many of us former trading partners are reluctant to engage in a trade agreements for fear of the Empire's wrath. And so, for most part, we continue to fend for ourselves and craft what tools and so forth we require. So we would, had we the facilities. Forgive me, it is not so dire as it may sound. Our problems may be many, but we are wholly committed to the challenge before us. We are not unlike Shinshintro, a hardy herb that thrives even in the most inhospitable of conditions. I took inspiration from its strength and stubbornness, and when deciding upon a name for our organization, in fact. No matter the struggle, no matter the cost, the Shinsukai will do everything in its power to overcome every hurdle and rebuild this home of ours. Oh, please excuse me, sudden fit of passion. It is most unbecoming. Anyway, I have spoken to General State. Okay, let's discuss more specific concerns. So having said that, it's simpler if you receive things with your own eyes. Please head to the worksite north of the user right and speak with Miss Sube. I shall join you shortly. Okay. Probably take my horse. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set this as my home world. Oh boy. Then I'm taking my horse. Well, you're Kazurakato, aren't you? In need of a hot meal? Actually, he's here at my behest. I thought it'd be best if potential patrons saw our efforts firsthand. If you would be so kind to explain to him what you do. Oh, forestalling the burden onto me, are we? Very well, if you insist. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Masube. Once upon a time, I owned and operated the largest tavern in the Enclave. I had in hand everything, balancing the ledgers to stirring the cookpots. Owing to my experience, I've never been asked to oversee the work here in the 10,000 stalls. That was the exact same look I gave Kazuki when she showed me this place. 10,000 stalls. Bother call me. It's not even 10. But mark me, there will be. When we're through, this place will have offered even imaginable cuisine. Ever imaginable cuisine. Just thinking about it is enough to set my heart racing and my mouth watering. As I explained, however, trade or lack thereof is a major problem at the present. We simply aren't getting enough shipments of consumables from the outside Xanthia. So are people to foresee the same simple fare day after day. However, once our negotiations with the foreigners concerned bear fruit, we should be able to exchange whatever surplus we produce for a wider variety of ingredients to bring us closer to realizing our Mizubi's vision. This may seem like a silly goal to strive for, but improving the quality of our life for our people in a clear, understandable manner, we can motivate them to work harder and tackle more difficult tasks. Dama will not be built in a fortnight, but we need every victory, however small. We have a bloody long road ahead of us, but we need only take one step at a time. Whatever help you can contribute to the cause will be welcome. Thank you for taking time to speak with Miss Sube. We should head back to the Senzukai and continue our conversation there, so as not to get in the way of their work. There's not too much left to explain, but if you would indulge me a little bit longer, I would be grateful. Sure. Basically, you need money. 10,000 stalls are one example of what we hope to build here in this enclave, unless it will take much time and effort. And it would also take tremendous resources that I pray you'll be willing to contribute. Raw material, foodstuff, linens, medicines, all this and more would be used. Anything and everything can afford to be part of what we welcome. Furthermore, as a token of appreciation, we will provide a small gratuity relative to the value of the amount of items you relinquish. You only need to place these items in a donation basket to the left. I will calculate the gratuity and pay you immediately. Okay. Dawn Enclave restoration commenced. Now you can use the donations factor to contribute unneeded items to the Sandukai. These items will be used to supply and finance the construction of Doma Enclave. Further details can be held by speaking with Kazuka. What are you needing? 20,000? Well, let's go with this. 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 This here. I'm looking, fellas.